Nugroho, Master of Science, PhD, the Head of Educational Development Division, Nara Institute of Science and Technology, Japan, Professor Masashi Kawaichi, the Chairman of Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemo Prevention, Professor Dr. Apotheker Edi Meyanto, Master of Science. Excellencies, invited speakers, distinguished guests, and all participants, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. Good morning, and we are delighted to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the 11th Annual Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemo Prevention Conference and Congress 2020. This conference is organized by Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemo Prevention (ISCC) in collaboration with Asian Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention (APOCP) and West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention (WAOCP), with the theme Accelerating the Cutting-Edge Transformative Research Cancer Chemo Prevention for Comprehensive Outcomes. Besides that, this conference is supported by Fakultas Farmasi Universitas Gadjah Mada, Nara Institute of Science and Technology (NICE), Cancer Chemo Prevention Research Center (CCRC), and Stem Cell and Cancer Research (SCCR). We also thank our sponsors. They are Neurobot, Biogen, and also Kairos. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful day it is! Thank you so much for gathering here virtually via Zoom meeting. Even though we do not see each other in person, we hope this online implementation doesn't diminish the value and quality of all researches, especially those related to cancer chemo prevention. Before going further, I'm Hilyatul Fadliyah, your MC today. Would like to inform you that right now we are live streaming this opening ceremony on the Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemo Prevention YouTube channel. We also would like to remind you of the very conduct guideline as shown on the screen. First, participants are expected to be present in the virtual room no later than 10 minutes before the event starts. Second, participants are expected to ensure their microphones are in mute unless they are designated to speak. Third, participants are expected to ensure that they have enough bandwidth to participate in this conference. Fourth, participants are not allowed to record the program in any form. I repeat once more. Participants are not allowed to record the program in any form because copyrights protect this conference content. And last, participants are expected to use their full name on their account and match the one used during registration. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, on this excellent occasion, let me tell you the structure of today's event as follows. Verse 3. Second, the Indonesian National Anthem, followed by the welcoming remarks from the organizing committee. Fourth, the opening speech from the Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Gadjah Mada, along with the representative of APOCP and WAOCP. Fifth, the opening conference by ISCC Chairman, and the sixth, keynote presentation by Head of COVID-19 Research and Innovation Consortium, Ministry of Research and Technology, Professor Dr. Ali Gufran Mukti, Master of Science, PhD. The next podium session continued by announcement and concluded with closing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the main session, let us start this conference by praying first, hoping the event that we hold today, along with agenda in the whole couple of weeks, will run well without any obstacle at all. The prayer will be led by Professor Dr. Apotheker Muhammad Dai, Master of Science.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajmain. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'asmihi syai'un fil ard wala fis sama' wa huwas samiul alim. In the name of Allah, with whose name there is protection against every kind of harm in the earth or in heaven, and He is all hearing and all knowing. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-afwa wal afiyah fid dunya wal akhirah. Oh Allah, I seek your forgiveness and my well-being in this world and the hereafter. Allahumma fathni min bayni yadayya wa min khalfi wa an yamini wa an shimali wa min fawqi wa a'udhu bi'azamatika an aghtala min tahti. Oh Allah, protect me from my front, behind me, from my right and my left, and from above me. And I seek refuge in your magnificence from being taken unaware from beneath me. A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min syarri ma khalaq. I seek protection in the perfect word of Allah from every evil that has been created. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-rasi wal jununi wal juzami wa min syai'il asqam. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from leprosy, madness, elephantiasis, and evil diseases. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you, Professor Dai. After that, let us solemnly listen to the national anthem of Indonesia Raya. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite the chairman of the 11th ISCC conference to give us the welcoming remarks. Please welcome Dr. Apotheker Muti Ikawati, Master of Science.
Test. Does my voice clear enough?
Yes, please.
Distinguished guests and invited speakers, respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning. I'm Muti Ikawati, Chairman of the Organizing Committee. It is a great honor for me to welcome all of you to this virtual event from Yogyakarta, the city known as the center of education and culture in Indonesia. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to warmly welcome you to the 11th Annual ISCC Conference and Congress. This event is hosted by Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemo Prevention (ISCC) in collaboration with the Asian Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention and West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention, and supported by Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Gadjah Mada and Nara Institute of Science and Technology, Japan. ISCC has hosted the annual conference and congress since 2010. This year's event consists of lecture series, scientific presentation, poster competition, workshop, and ISCC Congress, aiming to disseminate the information and update on the research and technology to facilitate idea and technology sharing and to develop networking and communication in the field of cancer chemoprevention. The conference covering 8 topics as follows: pharmaceutics and applied materials for drug delivery, pharmacology, toxicology and microbiology, pharmacy practices and clinical pharmacy, medicinal and pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacognosy and ethnobotany, cancer chemoprevention and immunomodulation, cancer biomarker and diagnostics, and bioinformatics and computer-aided drug design. Although this year the conference is firstly held virtually, the committee is delighted with the positive responses from the academicians indicated by the abstract submission that we have received. We received 68 abstracts to be presented in the conference, not only from our own Indonesia, but also from Malaysia, Japan, Germany, and Canada. Each of the abstracts was reviewed by reviewers who are experts on the subject, and we are glad to announce that the abstract will be published by the West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention. To follow it up, the full papers will be next submitted to our journal partners depending on the topic. The journal partners are including 3 Scopus indexed journals, Indonesian Biomedical Journal, Indonesian Journal of Pharmacy, and Indonesian Journal of Biotechnology, and 1 DOAG indexed journal, Indonesian Journal of Cancer Chemoprevention. The committee has also received 50 abstracts for the undergraduate student poster competition from more than 10 universities in Indonesia and also from Malaysia. The poster will be then judged by 3 reviewers, and the winners will be announced at the closing ceremony. Additionally, the poster will be displayed in ISCC social media platform as well. We are very grateful for the contribution of our 23 invited speakers that come across the globe from the US, Japan, Iran, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Through the lecture series covering the topics within our conference, we strongly believe that the invited speakers will enrich the conference by showing emerging trends not only in the basic research of cancer chemoprevention, but also its transformation for a comprehensive cancer treatment. We hope that the lecture series will be both informative and encouraging the advancement of cancer chemoprevention research and technology. Equally important, we are in debt for the commitment of our 6 speakers for the 4 workshops. Molecular Drugging and Bioinformatics workshop aim to open the possibility in using the online resources for cancer chemoprevention research despite the limited facility access in this current pandemic situation. Moreover, the scientific writing workshops with speakers from Indonesia and NICE, Japan, will encourage and improve writing productivity and quality respectively. Organizing a conference is indeed a team effort, so does this event. I want to thank all the organizing committee members for the hard work. I also wish to acknowledge the members of the scientific committee, including the reviewers, who had the tremendous task of reviewing the submission we received. The committee also thanks to Stem Cell and Cancer Research Sultan Agung Islamic University Semarang, PT Neura Integrasi Solusi, Neurabot, PT Biogen Scientific Indonesia, and PT Kairos Jaya Sejahtera for their sponsorship. We're confident all the participants will be advantaged from these 2 weeks of intellectual discussion and more essentially, networking among our peers. Let us together make this conference a memorable experience for all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muti, for your remarks. Well, then, we would like to invite Professor Agung Endro Nugroho as the Dean of Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Gadjah Mada, to give his speech. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, representative of Minister of Research and Technology, National Research and Innovation Agency of the Republic of Indonesia, Professor Dr. Ali Gufron Mukti, distinguished guests, invited speakers, and all participants. First of all, on behalf of the Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Gadjah Mada, it is our great pleasure to welcome you all in this morning to the 11th Annual ISCC Conference and Congress with the theme Accelerating the Cutting-Edge Transformative Research in Cancer Chemoprevention for Comprehensive Outcomes. It will be a great, actual, and interesting theme in terms of health and pharmaceutical sciences, especially in the development of cancer therapy and anti-cancer drugs. This international conference is organized by the Indonesian Society for Cancer Chemoprevention, ISCC, and in collaboration with ASEAN Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention, APOCP, and West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention, WAOCP, and Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Gadjah Mada Indonesia, and Cancer Chemoprevention Research Center, CCRC, Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Gadjah Mada, and with Stem Cell and Cancer Research, SCCR, invite speakers from US, Japan, Iran, Taiwan, Indonesia, and more, who will deliver interesting insights through lecture series. Ladies and gentlemen, cancer is a major health problem in the world that requires priority treatment. However, we have a big hope. Progress in research and inventions in the field of cancer diagnostics, therapeutics, and development of anti-cancer drugs is dynamic and rapidly improving. Many researchers and practitioners from various scientific fields have carried out research on the discovery and development of anti-cancer drugs and also development of diagnostic and therapies for cancer. Comprehensive knowledge about cancer biology will allow scientists to design better therapeutic systems. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting provides opportunities for everyone concerning on the recent development of diagnostics and therapies for cancer. Participants are encouraged to discuss with our outstanding invited speakers and possibly build a mutual collaboration in the future. Finally, we would like to extend our high appreciation to the invited speakers for spending their time to share their knowledge and also for the participants for presenting their papers and posters. We also thanks to the committee for working very hard to prepare and succeed the international conference. I do wish you are enjoying your time during the conference and thank you very much for your kind attention and cooperation. Bila taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Agung, for your speech. Now we will listen to the speech of Mr. Alireza Mosafi Jarahi, MSPH PhD, the President of Asia Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention, APOCP, and General Secretary of West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention, WAOCP. Time is yours.
This is Alireza Musawi Jarrahi. I'm a faculty at Medical School, Shahid Beheshti University of Medical Sciences. In addition, I'm a president of Asian Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention and editor-in-chief for Asia Pacific Journal of Cancer Prevention. I would like to thank the Indonesian Society for Cancer Prevention for inviting me to present in the prestigious meeting of their society, the 11th Annual ISCC Conference and Congress 220. In addition, I would like to convey the regards from APOCP Steering Committee to the Indonesian Society for Cancer Prevention and all the audience sitting in and listening to this conference. If you let me continue, I will have a two-part of my very short presentation. The first part, I briefly introduce APOCP. Then I touch on burden of cancer in Asia, talking about the incidence and risk factors and how cancer is distributed throughout Asia. To briefly introduce APOCP, APOCP was founded in year 2000 by a group of cancer scientists in Asia. Its main activity is holding scientific event throughout Asia. APOCP held close to 25 scientific events in different countries in Asia. Each 2 years, we have one general assembly and scientific conference, and each general assembly is held in different country. The first one was in Thailand, and the last one is going to be in this November in Tehran. That is due to pandemic, it's going to be online. It started November 20. We are going to stream the event through media. You can find the information about the streaming on website apocp.info. APOCP is publishing 4 journals. The first journal is Asian Pacific Journal of Cancer Prevention. This journal, in fact, has been published. It's been in the kind of publishing close to 20 years. This is the first journal, and this is the main journal that APOCP started to publish in the year 2000. The journal has contributed close to 12,000 scientific articles to the Asian community, Asian scientific community. In 2016, APOCP decided to manage the scope of the Asian Pacific Journal of Cancer Prevention. As the scope was very wide, we developed 3 more journals. That's Asian Pacific Journal of Cancer Biology, Cancer Care, Environmental, and Cancer. The prevention normally focuses on cancer prevention, cancer epidemiology. The biology focuses in molecular aspect of cancer, cancer genetics, and care normally mainly involved with the clinical cancer. And environmental and cancer, those science of cancer related to the environment, carcinogenicity, carcinogens. Let me start the main part of my speech. That's a kind of few slides. I don't want to take your time. I'm going to talk about burden of cancer in Asia. We know that Asia make close to 60% world population, while the cancer is 50% of total cancer in the world. And the reason for this discrepancy is that in Asia, breast cancer in big part of Asia is lower in terms of incidence and prevalence than the other part of the world. In fact, one of the major factors that somehow shows that less cancers when compared in proportion to population in Asia, mainly is due to the a lower incidence of breast cancer in Asia. Let's look at the variation in cancer in Asia. If you look at this table, we will see that separate from lung cancer that we can see in all parts of Asia, there is a difference in terms of Western Asia, South Central, Southeast, and East Asia. If you see colon cancer and cancers that somehow they are related to sedentary lifestyle are more seen in West Asia. That's where the high-income Arab population lives. Then we have Central Asia. We have large number of oral cancer, mainly attributed to the chewing tobacco. That's very prevalent in this part of Asia. Then we have liver cancer, attributed to the HCV in Southeast Asia. And then we have stomach cancer in Japan and Korea, East Asia, attributed to the somehow to the salt intake and HPA pylori and other risk factors. When it comes to women, breast cancer is very low overall especially in eastern part of Asia, not in the western part, in eastern part of Asia. However, in central part of Asia, cervical cancer is a main cancer among women. And the reason, definitely, we know that cervical cancer is related to HPV. And that's mainly in India and Bangladesh and Pakistan, but mainly in India, the cervical cancer is very, very high. The same we'll see the cervical cancer in countries of Southeast Asia, countries that they are normally in terms of income, they are in the category of lower income, lower middle income, and lower middle income countries. What we see in this variation is there is a economic ingredient in the distribution of cancer in Asia, and this is best seen in oral cavity, cervix, colon, and stomach cancer. Let me just touch on cancer prevention, as this conference is about chemo prevention. We epidemiologists try to attribute portion of cancers that can be prevented by modifiable risk factor. we try to define a modifiable risk factor, the risk factor that we can modify it, we can change it. If you look at this figure, we have tobacco, infections. They are kind of modifiable risk factors. In fact, the countries of, say, Europe, they've been very successful in bringing down the lung cancer, lowering the smoking habits. Infections, cancer infections, cancer due to the infections, related to infection. In many countries of advanced countries, that economically are well suited, they've been able to prevent kind of cervical cancer somehow related to infectious disease that could be prevented by a vaccination like HPV. And the other risk factors we have, that's not easy to modify when it comes to community. What chemo prevention can do, if we succeed to have an effective chemo prevent agent, then we could have attribute part of this cancer to prevent it by a chemo prevention. And that's why, in fact, your conference has a very high value, and we hope that the scientists in Indonesia can do and succeed on their fight and their against cancer. Thank you very much for listening. This is our last APOCP General Assembly that was held in Jeju, Korea, and next one, as I told you, that's in November and online in Tehran. Thank you for listening. Wish you a successful event that you are undertaking. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Ali Reza Mosafi Jarrahi, for the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, then this event will be officially opened by ISCC Chairman. So please welcome Professor Dr. Apotheker Edi Meanto, Master of Science. The time is yours.
Thank you very much, Hilya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my happiness to meet you all here. I would like to thank for all the inspired speakers and also the key speaker, Professor Dr. Ali Kufron. And this, I would like to say that this is the very our great meeting here, because we have a meeting in the virtual meeting by Zoom meeting, and thank you very much for all of your participation here. And our meetings have a theme: accelerating the cutting-edge transformative research in cancer chemo prevention for comprehensive outcomes. And we know that this meeting also had in collaboration with some institutions or universities, especially with the APOCP, Asian Pacific Organization for Cancer Prevention, and also in connection with West Asia Organization for Cancer Prevention. And we know that our annual meeting always supported by NARA Institute of Science and Technology. So I'd like to thank NARA Institute of Science and Technology, especially with Kawaichi Sensei, Professor Kawaichi. I think Professor Kawaichi also attended this meeting. And also we have many several speakers come from several countries, such as US and also Japan, and also Taiwan, and also Singapore, Malaysia, and also Iran. And thank you very much for all the participation. Also, we have participate from some countries, for example, from Germany, and also from Japan, and also from Malaysia. Thank you, and also from Canada. Thank you for all the participation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us open this conference by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We open the 11th annual ISCC conference and congress. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We end with this conference.
Thank you very much, Prof. Eddie. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward to our main schedule of the day. That is the keynote presentation from the head of COVID-19 Research and Innovation Consortium, Ministry of Research and Technology, National Research and Innovation Agency, Menristek BRIN, Professor Dr. Ali Gufron Mukti, Master of Science, PhD. Professor Ali Gufron Mukti will deliver a presentation with the theme, The Challenge of Hybrid Digital and Laboratory-Based Research and Education in Biomedicine under COVID-19 Pandemic Era. For your information, in 2002, he was awarded the title of Professor by Universitas Gadjah Mada. He has served as Director General of Resources for Science, Technology, and Higher Education, Ministry of Research, Technology, and Higher Education, Republic of Indonesia, from 2015 to 2019. At this time, he served as Rector of Universitas Trisakti Jakarta, Expert Staff of Infrastructure, and Head of COVID-19 Research and Innovation Consortium. Professor Ali Gufron, time is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good day to all of you. It is my honor to be able to give speech in this very important moment. And I was assigned to talk about the challenge of hybrid, digital, and laboratory-based research and education in and gentlemen, if we know that Ministry of Research and Technology, the National Agency of Research and Innovations, we have the National Policy Law number 11, 2019, especially Article 34, 35, 36, and 37, which it is very important that we have national potential research and development, natural resources, human resources, to be able to encourage, to have, and to be the national economic strength. So therefore, in this case, it is very important for us to implement what we call a triple helix concept. And we know that triple helix concept consists of at least three important stakeholders, namely academicians, lecturers, and researchers from university, from research agency, and from research and development institute. Then also the government, both financial institution and the ministry, especially technical ministry like research and technology ministry, and also the national planning board. It is very important for the government as well as also the third stakeholders, namely industry. So three stakeholders, academician, government, and industry, should work together to implement what from the research, innovation, and then commercialization. Ladies and gentlemen, again, triple helix. So it is very important. Many times we only talking and discussing about the concept of triple helix, and it is easy to be talked, but for the implementation it's not so easy. The triple helix synergy and the support of innovation ecosystem are needed to push an innovative idea into a product that is ready to be commercialized. And as we know that the novelty and added value in something that is developed so as to provide economic and social benefit. So therefore, it is again very important from invention using the application of triple helix to the commercialization. Ladies and gentlemen, from the pandemic to national economic recovery acceleration is the experience of, especially for Indonesia. As we know that during the pandemic of COVID-19, global economic downturn, and then pandemic COVID-19 in global scales also affect many countries. And like Indonesia and also other countries, now we have very difficult situation. So therefore, we would like to go to the what we call it new normal era, where the inclusive and sustainable economic recovery will hope can be soon recovered. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, Ministry of Research and Technology and Innovation and Technology, we set up and develop consortium to respond to COVID-19. So therefore, in March 2020, the collaboration between government, universities, research institute, industry, diaspora, association, and hospitals, we established what we call it consortium on COVID-19 research and innovation. And we would like to let you know that ecosystem of data is very important. How to collect the data and then manage the integration, share, analysis, and then visualization and having decision support. And of course, that technological infrastructure, for example, like software, network, storage, high performance computing, cloud computing, now is really unavoidable important things that we have to be able to manage that. Then the patient, citizen, and general data, for example, like health passport, where now we also develop health passport. So where in the health passport, we will be able to have medical data and integrated in website where we can access many data related to the data of the patient and communities. But of course, that the issue of privacy is also should be taken into account. And if we have this data or big data, where it is the characteristic of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, that big data analysis is very important. Therefore, now in the Research and Innovation Ministry, we develop what we call it multi-center clinical trial, where for the cancer and also other diseases, for example, now we are developing therapy for pandemic using multi-center clinical trials, for example, like plasma convalescence. So again, that good data is the key for controlling COVID-19 pandemic. For example, this graph, we know that the number of cases, COVID-19 cases in Indonesia is increasing. and we do not know where and when that the data will be, down. So therefore, it is very important we, have what we call it the data movement, where each individual who are positively, you are positive, the result of their testing, and we can not only test, not only having testing, but also be able to trace and track, and also then giving appropriate therapy, and also control. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do now is trying to test, and if they are positive, we're trying to quarantine at least, not in their own with self-isolation, but can be centralized, and using the wearable or bracelets, the information, whether they are positive and whether they are, contact with other peoples, and it is the potential to transmit the COVID-19, and then what type of information should be given through their bracelet or gelang to the positive patient is very important. So it means we will develop surveillance system, and by using innovation by bracelet, we can inform what the and that is the example, but also we can use this for cancer therapy, for example. And of course, that ecosystem of healthcare is open innovation system that, again, between the government, institution, association, industry, and finance should work together to be able to, develop ecosystem of healthcare. And of course, by using this new approach, we would like to increase the publication, so that the portal Sinta, for example, and then also we develop the innovation research diaspora, where can work together, not only, working together, but publishing the research and innovation results, but also, for example, now we have vaccine acceleration program. And of course, that the real world evidence throughout medicine decision making is also very important. And the new methods to integrate and analyze data to the real world evidence is, again, it is very important also for the future medical products. And by using what we call it health technology assessment, this will be able to know which of the product of medical product which is more cost effective. And of course that it is very important in decision making, resource allocation and resource utilization, because we always have limited resources. Ladies and gentlemen, now also the era of digital economy ecosystem is very important. Therefore, digitalization, not only in the economy, but in the medicine and health is very important. So telemedicine, I think it is, again, very important for Indonesia, for example, where we are consisting of many islands. Ladies and gentlemen, so it is also very important to develop sustainable healthcare. So I will not explain this in detail because of the time. But again, digital healthcare innovation in handling COVID, for example, like now Gajah Mada University, for example, found Genus like artificial intelligence who can respond and can detect whether someone using, for example, like breathing, they know whether the patient is actually positive or negative, something like that. Of course, also artificial intelligence-based COVID-19 detection system, those using the artificial intelligence can detect the lung of the someone, whether someone is positive actually or negative. It is also digital transformation development in the year 2020, 2024. And again, we are putting important that the government preparation for industry and business towards new normal, as we mentioned. So the transformation to digital, access to local resources, support to local product movement, opportunities for logistics sector, and then empowerment for IT-based small, medium enterprises, as well as recovery for tourism and creative economy is, again, it is also very important to recover our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, in the future, therefore, it is very important to strengthen our ecosystem of digital economy. Why digital? Because now, not only in the COVID-19 pandemic era, but also in the era of digitalization, industrial revolution 4.0, it is important that less contact economy in the future, and not only in the future, but now already started. Ladies and gentlemen, the readiness of Indonesian company in facing digital transformation post-COVID-19 is very important here. Awareness and planning, for example. Awareness, 68% companies aware of automatization. Utilization, 27% companies have utilized the automatization. Companies planning, more than 80% companies do not plan to use this technology in the short term, but of course maybe in medium and long term. And to this implementation, R&D, 37% companies have dedicated R&D in automotive and electronic sector. Company strategies, 34% companies agree that the change in process production is the main strategy to maintain the competitiveness. And ladies and gentlemen, now the government would like to give incentive for the company who has the R&D, research and development budget. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, that the foundational set of policy action for digitalization of health is again very strategic. So liberate the data, but do not harm. And privacy is also important. And bring it now, for example, clinical adoption, data acquisition, verification, security, and common standard. And prepare in the future public education, workforce skill, ICT infrastructure for life sciences, bioinformatics, analytic, and entrepreneurship, including here also the telemedicine, of course. I think that is all that what I would like to, give in this important meeting. I think that is what, again, I have said, explained, and congratulations of your meeting today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Excuse me, I repeat once more. We would like to greatly thank Professor Ali Gufron for the tremendous and inspiring lecture. There are so many important notes. One of them is good data is important key to handle COVID-19, and it's resulted from good research. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Now we have reached the photo session, so audiences are kindly requested to turn on the camera to take a picture together. Then I will count to 3 so we can give the best pose for the photo. Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait, because we have 8 pages Zoom. The next page, 1, 2, 3. Is it done? Okay, next to the next page, 1, 2, 3. Okay, page 4, 1, 2, 3. Page 5, 1, 2, 3. Page 6, 1, 2, 3. Page 7, 1, 2, 3. And the last page, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the final station, we will announce something regarding the conference. So please pay attention to the screen. Next slide, please. That is, at 10 a.m., we will have lecture series 1. Associate Professor Yasuma Saishida MD PhD from Nara Institute of Science and Technology will deliver the lecture with the theme The Story of PD1. And Ms. Apothekar Binar Asrining Diani Master of Science PhD will moderate the lecture. For you who wants to join the lecture, especially those registered, you can stay in the Zoom meeting or you may leave this room, then please go back not later than 9:50 a.m. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we got to the last station, that is closing. Let's conclude this opening ceremony by saying Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. As your MC today, I'd like to apologize for any possible inappropriate gestures and inconvenience during the ceremony on behalf of the committee. And last, we do hope you all to enjoy this conference till the end, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.